नमो आयर्यानं नमो वज्रायानं नमो लोये सव्वसाहुनम् एषो पञ्चनमुखारो सर्वपावपनाशनो मङ्गलानं च सर्वेशिं परमं हवै मङ्गलम् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमः शिवाय जय सच्चिदानंद. Once again, warm welcome everyone. Our today's topic is adjust everywhere, and this is core message of Dada Bhagwan, and this can be misunderstood. So it says one should have principles in his life. Adjust everywhere does not mean that you have to make compromises in life. Adjust everywhere means circumstances are not in our control, and life is a sequence of circumstances. Generally, when there are favorable ones, we are very happy, nothing to worry about. But towards unfavorable circumstances, our BP level raises. Generally, people become irritated, they lose their temper, and this simple appearing message adjust everywhere. I should admit that it played such a wonderful role in my life that my life was totally changed when I came across this book for the first time after visiting HSRC. You can imagine what type of person I would have been by this simple fact that in my 22 years of career, I happened to work with 22 different institutes. And I used to regard myself uh, a person who is really, you can imagine the sound of ego. But later I discovered that it was a great failure. It means I could not adjust. That is why I wanted to wander here and there. And changing job means changing everything, changing even home, resident, changing schools of children. So it was so hectic and so horrible. Later, I discovered that I could not understand this principle. If this principle would have been taught to me previously, earlier, I could have been very happy. But it is better late than never. So adjust everywhere, Dada Bhagwan says. So everywhere means at home, in office, in the society, outside, inside. And that does not mean one has to make compromise with his principle. One may be vegetarian strictly. That's very fine. So he is not supposed to make adjustment because there is no arrangement for vegetarian food. A person will opt non-veg food. No, because he knows he can live 24 hours if he doesn't eat. If the vegetarian food is not available, nothing would happen, right? But after 24 hours, things are all right. So adjustment should be done in tune with the circumstances. And this is a great skill. Adjusting is a great art, and I regard this as a Maha Mantra of Dada Bhagwan. Adjust everywhere. Even if this can, if even if one understands this, his life will be changed and he will enjoy peace of mind. So this great skill, great art, it is not only helpful in worldly dealings, but it paves the way towards liberation. It helps one to march ahead on the spiritual path. Such a wonderful weapon this is. So people who are not able to adjust, In worldly behavior, they are called eccentric. People don't like them. They come in the category of negative people. Recently, I visited Bhubaneswar. There was one huge conference, and Bhubaneswar is in Odisha, and people from different places, philosophers, they gathered. What happened? As usual, one has to take the food, local food provided there. But my observation was that those who don't know this Mahamantra adjust everywhere, they were so unhappy. They lost their control. And one person openly spoke from the stage. What are you doing? The food is not proper, like this, like that. So actually, adjust everywhere. This simple principle was not followed by them. They suffered a lot. And the same was the situation for me. I got the same food. I got the same room. I had the same bus, same car. Everything was the same for everyone. But still, there was pleasant smile on my face, whereas other people were really very angry and frustrated and were cursing. So this is how we can say that the controls of our peace of mind and happiness should not be outside. Generally, what happens, our happiness is and sadness both, our emotions are controlled by the world. If someone insults me, if someone speaks some wrong words to me, then what I feel, I spoil my days myself. If this principle is understood properly, then the controls of one's own happiness and emotions are with him. So people who are not able to adjust, they are considered as eccentric, and it is not appropriate to be stubborn in day to day life and practical matters because circumstances are not the same. The one who adjusts everywhere, Dadaji says, is a wise person. There is nothing wrong. How people discover inconvenience, in comfort. One example is given here. A person bought a sofa set, or let us understand car or something, because he has already the same thing, but he wants new because it looks old. But the new one went out of order, and in this way, he creates unhappiness in an attempt to search for pleasure. We are already surrounded by comforts and conveniences. Still, we strive to get more and more comforts. Right now, everything is on one click. If we want food, we have to click something. Whatever we desire, it is it is instantly done simply by pressing the tip of finger. Even after having such comforts and conveniences, people are not still happy. What is this? Because they fail to understand. They have to adjust. Find happiness even in the midst of inconvenience. If a train is a little bit late, you see, people become restless. On airport, if flight is late, they lose their temper and they curse someone. It can be found by watching their expressions. Happiness is inherent even in inferior circumstances. Now, this is very important sentence. Happiness is inherent even in inferior circumstances. Here I am reminded of Kanu Dadaji's one experience, which Mahatma Bhagirath Bhai shared to me. Once it happened, there was Kanu Dadaji's satsang. As many people were expected together, a pendal was erected. And because of storm and forcible gale, wind, it got diminished. The pole fell down. And due to this, the Mahatmas were very much worried what to do now. What will Kanu Dada say? Because it was not possible to rearrange the things. It was diminished in such a way that things would not have been rearranged properly. So when Kanu Dadaji appeared on the scene, there was a smile on his face. And the Mahatma said, see Dadaji, what happened? Now what to do? Kanu Dadaji said, what happened? Nothing happened. Are we going to get dinner today? They said, yes, yes, dinner is ready. Then what is the matter to worry about? And he went away with smile. The Mahatma realized, my God, such things even did not touch him or make him worried. Huh? So it is a great art to find in inferior circumstances because circumstances would have been worse, even worse could have happened than that. So whatever we have, we should be happy with it. At least there was no bigger loss, no? So you do not have the skill to find it, then there is a matter to worry about. Nowadays, people are feeling uneasiness even while sitting in an easy chair. Cozy bed is there, but sleep is deprived. My God, so many wide range of food is available, but they don't feel hungry. No, this lack of understanding invites sorrows. This is nothing but ignorance. And if it is understood properly, this is great Mahamantra. Adjust everywhere in car, in bus, in train, at home, in office, while dealing with a crooked person, while dealing with boss, while dealing with spouse and servant. And this trap is due to wrong beliefs and illusions. If wrong concepts are removed, liberation is possible. Now, this aphorism is linked directly to liberation by Dada Bhagwan because your spiritual energy leakage will stop. Otherwise, the inner energy will flow and it will flow into west channel. So, adjusting in social dealings, let us see. It is very easy to adjust with soft and gentle person, but to adjust with crooked, hard, and stern person, generally a boss, is really an achievement. How to adjust? By not giving quick response, by simply listening, by imagining that if I am not here, I am absent. It is very easy to say these things. I can understand. I had to practice very, very hard. Even today, I am on that way. I can't boast that I have learned this skill yet. I am still learning. Should we be crooked by leaving our simplicity and straightforwardness while dealing with crooked? Then we are at loss. There have been some wrong sayings which have been put forcibly in our mind. Tit for tat, eye for eye, diamond cuts diamond. According to our this principle, all these sayings are wrong. Dadaji explains straightforwardness is the fruit of meritorious earnings of many births. Crookedness is a lower stage. If a person is straightforward, simple, appearing credulous, then he has higher place actually. And society regards him as well, he is very simple, he is very credulous. Uh, it is not like that. Here I am reminded of Mohan Bhai Patel of Los Angeles, and he shared one incident with me. That once he happened to visit a friend. He was staying very close to his residence, but he visited him after much time. On the other hand, the friend could not take the trouble to visit him, and still he complained. Mohan bhai, you came after very long time. And Mohan bhai just kept quiet. He said, okay, ultimately I came, I saw you. Okay. And later he said, if the other companion, he just pinched Mohan Kaka. Why didn't you tell that? Did you come to see me in this way? He said, no. Such words can't come to my lips. He said, even if I try, if somebody presumptuously interrogate me in such way, I cannot respond with equal arrogance. And this is what Dadaji says here. It is meritorious earning of many births. So it is not loss at all. On the other hand, the crooked are at huge loss. The crooked are out to lure us to lose our spiritual wealth. My God, we are carrying spiritual wealth with us. If we lose our temper, if we raise our blood pressure, then there is a loss of our spiritual wealth. If we too become crooked, we will lose our spiritual earnings, Dadaji says. So that is why this adjusting with crooked person, that is also great art. It does not mean we cannot say that if such persons are found that these people are shameless. No, no. They may have they are honorable people, but they are wise one. They are higher. That is why I came across so many examples. Then younger ones talked arrogantly, and the elderly people, they did not mind, they did not object, they simply became thoughtful. Perhaps they have this thought in their mind. So please settle and march ahead. If someone quarrels with us, we have to pity him, thinking, oh God, how much excited and restless he is, that he can't help quarreling. All those who get excited and restless are weak because they have no controls of their emotions in their hands. Imagine a man sitting in a car having no controls at all, no control on steering, no on not on clutch, nor brake, nor gear. The vehicle will go astray. Might be when someone comes to quarrel with us, how should be our response to him? We have, because we are knowledgeable, we read Dadaji's books. Might be that his wife quarrels with him, and so do his children. At office, his boss scolds him. The poor fellow is pushed and pummeled in the overcrowded train, and because of all these unfavorable circumstances and bad experiences, he is looking for a pot to pour out his inner negative feelings. So there is no respite for him anywhere. There is no point in picking up quarrel with such people and lose our peace of mind, because that will be bigger loss for us. No debate, no hot discussion, because our peace of mind is at stake. And this way, both the persons will spoil at least their day or couple of days or a week. So it is better to adjust. Adjusting with anyone who comes to disadjust, that is adjustment indeed, and that is great art. That is wonderful skill. A person wants to quarrel with you, and you remain calm and composed. So this spiritual energy, your calmness, will turn him into positive behavior. It happens. Lately, there was one uh, video on Facebook. I was very much impressed and shocked. One cat was there and she wanted to hunt a pigeon who was on the roof. So, steadily, by keeping pace step by step without making any noise, she reached the pigeon. But she was shocked because the pigeon did not try to fly away, or he was not in a position to struggle anymore. The cat discovered, because it was strange to her. Na? Generally, what happens when hunting animals jump? The prey is supposed to run, escape. But that pigeon did not escape because it was blind. After discovering this, she came to kill that pigeon. But after finding that this pigeon can't see, she lost her interest in killing her. If animal can have such behavior, what about we human being? Whatever fiery man, whoever he may be, if we are calm and composed, his violent nature he will forget and he will definitely calm down. There are so many stories to this, prove the truth of this remark. We know Angulimal and Gautam Buddha. Many people have prevented Gautam Buddha. Okay, please don't take this way. Angulimal is very dangerous man. He will kill you and will cut your fingers. So Gautam Buddha says, no, he was, after all, God, no? So our response is very important. If anybody comes to disadjust with us, we should not throw in our so-called natural emotions. Adjustment amidst diverse viewpoints. The world is constantly in a state of flux. But people, now this slide is for those who are senior citizens and those who complain all the time. It is young generation is useless. In our times, things were so. Now there is no manner, no culture, nothing. See their dress, see how they speak, see they get up late, and all these things. And because of this, the uh, climate at home it gets spoiled. So people rigidly adhere to their old times. Elders should act according to the spirit of the prevailing times. Otherwise, their life will be very miserable. This is very significant message for senior people. Okay, you have to negotiate with the changing time. Ours was a radio age. Now this is computer age. They must adjust to the circumstances around. Let us not call anyone wrong because everyone has his specific viewpoint. One is certainly correct in his viewpoint. If certain things does not suit you, avoid them, but not to criticize or blame young generation anyway. Adjust according to the times. Otherwise, the young generation will take another way. They will avoid. If your son comes with a cap on his head, don't get irritated. Do not criticize the hairstyle of young people. Do not criticize their way of whatever they do actually. Now, teaching is different thing, but this senior citizen, they need to cope up with the changing times, circumstances. Life is full of so many circumstances. We have seen some are favorable, some are unfavorable, and they go on changing. Circumstances do not have any feeling, but we definitely have. So circumstances will not adjust to us. We have to adjust ourselves, and it is in our hands to make the circumstances favorable to us by adjusting. People lose their control by very superficial and paltry things. At the announcement, your flight is 1 hour late. People, they become worried and they blame and they curse the airport authority. What they have their own problem. And these days it is very easy if such things happen. We all have mobile, we all have some work to do. Those who do not know time management, okay, they will lose the temper, they become irritated. And those who have this skill, they can just accept it. Acceptance is very important. While climbing a staircase, you gasp for breath, but then why do you still continue climbing? Because you are sure that you will go up. When it happens that you get cozy bed, sleep on it comfortably. But when you don't get any comfort and have to sleep on the ground, enjoy that moment too. But how can one enjoy? By changing his outlook. That is why I remember what my teacher once described. You have two ways how you be in life. Either you be a candle statue, soft, delicate, beautiful, cozy, or you can be a marble statue. When if you be candle statue, wax statue, you have fear of the sun. You will start losing your beauty. You will be melted down. But on the other hand, if you are marble statue, nothing can harm you, nothing can trouble you, whether sun or shower. Your beauty, your expression, your posture will be the same. So there was a great message hidden in this, and this clearly indicates adjust everywhere. You can enjoy sound nice, cozy, comfortable bed, but at the same time, we have to uh, train ourselves in such a way that whatever happens, it should not sit on our nerve. Even climate also keeps changing. No, sometimes it rains very heavily, sometimes it's bitter hot, and electricity sometimes goes off. No, so this message is, in my view, Maha Mantra. Adjust everywhere. Now adjusting at home, husband wife clashes are universal, and all over the world, the one term divorce is very common and everyday used. But if we consider this husband and wife relation, it is complementing system of nature, bringing two dissimilar individuals. I think I should not talk much about this because we already had wonderful session by Avni Desai madam and previously by Rani Radhakrishnan madam. They spoke so beautifully on holistic relationship of life partners The same thing is here, adjusting at home. So I would like to skip this slide. All right, but it is very necessary. The mistake. What happens? A man came to Dadaji and said that he did not like his wife. Dadaji asked him why. He said because she is limp. And then Dadaji asked him, does your wife like you? And he said, yes. See the ego. I am handsome, educated, earning, no physical defects. So she has no reason to dislike me. Now Dadaji's point of view is really wonderful. He says, this is your mistake. See, you have got such wives because of your past misdeeds. Means you are a sinner. On the other hand, your wife has done some meritorious acts and she got you as husband. Now already you are a sinner. You reap what you saw. Then why blame others? Look, this is your mistake. Don't repeat any such mistake now. The man realized this and his sorrow was no more. Adjustment to avoid clash. Well, this is again commonplace example. If food is not as expected, it is salty or pungent, then it really wants a great control not to speak out. Generally, people straightforward respond about the food. There is no need to do so because the person who cooked it, her ego is hurt. And it is possible to make the food edible. Dadaji says, if I am told to have lunch at 11, this is the second reason because of which there is a clash between husband and wife. First is food, so husband can adjust about it and always praise. Huh? That the food is good. Thank you very much. Now, even after complaining, what will happen? The taste will not change, and the food is waiting in the dish. So why not to enjoy it? Second situation, when wife says something to do at a time. For example, take lunch now, and a person is on, the husband is on laptop. I have so much work to do. I will take lunch later, or I will take bath later. I am busy now. Don't disturb me. Now, at this time, he can adjust after 5 or 10 minutes because homemaker, housewife has all the duties to do. She has her own plan, her own time management. One can cooperate, and this way the clashes can be avoided and leakage of energy can be saved. So Dadaji says, I would readily adjust myself and will sit for lunch at once. I will not make my wife unhappy. It is always better to listen to spouse. Generally, husbands should always listen and obey to their wives. The family is very, very happy then. And love grows with the passing of time. And then life is really worth living. Otherwise, horrible things happen. If at home peace is missing, things are very horrible. Well, in Satyuga, at Dwapar Yuga and Treta Yuga, homes were only fields. Means all the family members were all the same. All were of same nature. But now, in Kali Yuga, each home is not field. It is like garden and there are different flowers, different colors. Sometimes there is thorny bush. No, we can take example of Bhagwan Shivji in the family of Lord Shiva. If you observe, around Shiva's neck there is a snake. The vehicle of Lord Ganesh is rat. Snake and rats are enemies. The vehicle of Kartikeya, another son of Lord Shiva, is he has peacock. Peacock and snake have enmity. Mata Parvati, she takes ride on lion, a tiger, and our Bholenath, his vehicle is Nandi. You can see all of them are enemies of one another. Still, they belong to family members and live together. So, adjusting everywhere. This is really a great mantra for home and also for outside behavior. But what we do, we want that our children or our younger ones should be just like us. Suppose you are rose, then you expect all to be roses. You are pink, you ask the other flower, why are you white? You too must be pink like me. This is the way we go on complaining. So we have to learn the art of admiring and appreciating the flowers. Each and everybody has some unique qualities in him. All are not the same. You should know the type and natural tendency of each flower, and the sapling of plants should be watched till they bear flowers. Nature is very kind enough. She has not, Mother Nature has not given birth to totally negative or totally positive. Nobody is perfect. From flowers, ascertain which ones are what, whether they are thorny or thornless, but never equate or compare one with the other. Rather, treat each flower plant as per its type and tendency. If you happen to deal with special children in your home, you have to be very cautious. Many children, they are very slow to understand. They can't grasp things fast. They are slow learners. So while dealing with Divyang or specially differently abled children, you the parents must have enormous uh, patience and skill. Then things will be all right when these children grow up. Otherwise, their confidence will be killed down and their future will be over. So this is very important. Just like a tender plant, if you take care, it will grow. If we complain that this plant is sick, whether other plants are growing fast, and see this plant, it is very freak and very delicate. It is not growing properly. It doesn't stand straight away. Here might be some problem. We have to develop deep understanding, and one should be very cautious while dealing with such children because they are our responsibility. That's why. Well, adjusting with servant. If the cups are broken by the servant, the master will undergo mental torment and he will scold him. Huh? Are your hands broken? This is common language in India. Are you blind? Nobody intentionally breaks anything in the world. Again, I am reminded of Mohan Kaka's example. The lady who worked in his house by mistake while cleaning, the flower vase fell down and broke down. And she was so frightened. She was so worried because the house members in the home they just listened to that noise, huh? And they appeared at the scene. She she was about to cry when Mohan Bhai just consoled so nicely. It is not your fault. Huh? Please do not take any tension. It happens, and it is not a very huge loss for us. Now you take care. Are you hurt? Did you get hurt due to that? Suddenly, her negative expression changed to enormous admiration. Hey, my God, are these people coming directly from heaven? How can a master behave such gently and such compassionate and kind way. She was expecting some hot words. But Mohan Kaka is very, my God, wonderful person. So in this way, her tension was tackled so nicely that she thanked God, and see her emotions of gratefulness and her respect to her master, it raised to higher level, isn't it? So this is the proper way to deal with the servants. Sometimes all the family members blow their bugles at the servant together. Just imagine what would be the condition of the poor fellow. This servant will nurse enmity in his heart, thinking I am poor, so my master insults me in this way. See how people behave with their driver or gardener or anybody who worked for them. Huh? In this business, the cups were lost. That is loss number one. Again, this is very amazing. Second loss is grief and agony. And the third loss is you bound enmity with the servant. So there are two options: not to lose anything and feel happy, or to go for three losses by getting angry with servant. Dada Bhagwan has said, just to stop at the first loss without incurring further losses. This is not merely with servant. Even if a child, anyhow, drops the mobile phone on the ground by mistake, Papa, Mummy, my God, their temper is gone. Mobile is so precious, no? That is second loss. And the child will cry the whole day. That is third loss. So never bind enmity with anyone. This is another wonderful message from the holistic scientist, because that enmity will be carried forward in all the coming ages, and then we will knock with the same fellow again and again and again. Here are self-enlightening dictums of Dada Bhagwan, and I want any one of you voluntarily, please unmute yourself and read one by one. We will discuss them. So who is coming? Anybody?
Sir, can I?
Please welcome.
Okay.
Prajakta Varanya.
Um, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. 131. If you want to realize ultimate freedom, then adjust everywhere.
Wait, wonderful thing. Now see, if you want to realize ultimate freedom, holistic scientists focused on the great importance, which the great benefit of this aphorism other than worldly life, ultimate freedom. So adjust everywhere. That is why I call this Maha Mantra. Madam, continue 148.
Yes, sir. If you do not learn anything in worldly life, it's okay, but always learn to adjust. One must adjust even when the other may misadjust, and one will definitely cross the worldly ocean for sure.
There is zero exaggeration in this sentence. Zero exaggeration. Dadaji says, if you do not learn anything, at least learn how to adjust with circumstances, how to adjust with people, how to adjust with a place, how to adjust with whatever comes to us in negative form. Then definitely we can cross the worldly ocean for admitted. Okay, madam, next one, 1174.
Absence of instances makes one flexible, hence acceptable.
Yes, some people are very insistent. No, I want this means this. They are rigid. Now, in case of allergy, that is different thing. If I do not want this food, it may be one or two, but I don't like this one. I don't like that one. I can't enjoy this one. I don't want this one. So, absence of insistence. If one is flexible, then he is acceptable everywhere, particularly as a guest. As a guest, we don't have any option. Whatever the host serves to us, we have to accept it. No? And if somebody insists, bhai, I don't like this, I don't want that, I don't need this, I want that, it will be horrible, no? Next one, ma'am, 1269.
Where you cannot adjust, just
Continue, please.
okay. Where you cannot adjust requires strengthening yourself to adjust there. You are already strong everywhere else.
Yes. Now, this is very wonderful, and this appealed to me a lot. Where you cannot adjust, only therein lies the problem. You have to adjust there. Suppose you are not on good terms with some person, there is no need to hate him. He will go on his own way. No need to bind enmity to him, isn't it? Oh my God, people are still joining. So where you cannot adjust, only that part we have to focus. Otherwise, you are already strong everywhere else. Life is set. Continue, ma'am. 1615.
Yes, sir. Whatever is outside in the world is within man too. All limitations outside are within man. Universe is outside as well as inside. When there is adjustment outside, that follows spontaneous adjustment within, and then everything inside quietens.
My God, what a wonderful secret is this to have peace of mind. If inner being is fine, no, sorry. If we manage to deal with the outside circumstances properly, Dadaji says, whatever is outside in the world is within man too. The same are inside. All limitations outside are within man. Universe is outside as well as inside. So if one adjusts himself with the external circumstances, naturally he can have wonderful peace and inside quietness. Madam, next one, 3690.
Yes, sir. River flows in its orderly way, as does the world, and one's physical existence is like a boat. The boat has to adjust, sail, and reach the other shore safely and not the river. But people expect other way round and rig their boat.
Yes, again, a wonderful metaphor from the holistic scientist. See, how can we expect a river to adjust? River will not give way to boat. We have to sail our boat in a particular direction towards shore properly. But generally, what people expect that river should adjust. I will stay in my boat. I will stay in the current, and I should reach the shore. This cannot happen. We have to. The boat has to adjust. The boat has to pave way towards shore. River will not help. So all these are wonderful dictums by holistic scientists, and they are really very useful. With this, I think we come to the end of this session. So it's a time to discuss. If you have anything to add or if you have any question, you can ask. Please. Anything to add? to it, or if you have any question, you can ask, please. Unmute yourself. Yes, 458. This is number. No? Welcome. Your voice does not reach us. Sorry. You
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, now clearly. Please, please. I think this is Manoj sir
Yes, yes.
from
I am.
Mudasa. Welcome, welcome,
Yes,
sir. Kale sir. Most welcome.
yes. Yeah, it was a very nice session, and lot of things like Anguliman and Buddhas, and at the same time the blind pigeon and cat. What you explain, it was really nice. I feel very energetic by listening your speech. And
Thank you, Manoj ji.
first time I am attending your. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, clearly. Please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. First time I am listening the speech on Dada Bhagwan, and now I am very interesting to know more about Dada Bhagwan ji, his saying, and about whatever he did in order to improve our society. Really, I am. It is. I am feeling very energetic. I am very proud. You are my one of the friend. So best wishes for future, and keep posting such your links so I can join and I can increase my knowledge.
Thank you, sir. Sure, sure, sure. And you can also tell your teachers to join. You know me very well.
Definitely, definitely.
What type of person I was, and now how what type of person I am. So you can
Uh,
very easily understand the change. It is because of this HSRC and Dadaji science.
good.
Thank you very much,
Right,
Kale
right.
sir. Very nice to have you here. Thank you very much. So friends, anybody else? I hope you understood the difference between compromise and adjustment. Huh? We discussed earlier. So let me invite our Gurudev Sri Lalabhai Patel sir. It is his grace that we had this wonderful science. Lala sir, we are waiting
Ah,
for
Chandrakant ji,
nice concluding comments, please.
thank you. So, first of all, thank everyone for joining this session. And let me tell you, this was the greatest learning I had, say, about 38, 39 years ago. First time I heard this. And I have tried to apply it in the various circumstances. Every day you have to the opportunity to do it. So any skill comes by practice. And this is the golden rule, you can say, at just everywhere, that everybody has an opportunity to practice it every day, right? Because everybody in the world is unique. So unless you adjust, there will be a clash. One more thing comes to my mind is most of the adjustments come on our way after things have happened, right?
Right, right.
Something has happened, say glass is broken,
Hmm.
then only it is your turn to adjust, no? And adjusting is your inner understanding. What you have to adjust, you can't make the glass whole, right? But you can make whole your understanding of loss. So that the inner adjustment brings outer adjustment. It saves us from a lot of leakage of energy, right? And things which has happened, you cannot undo it, right? Certain things. Here, Dadaji, the sentence looks very simple, but you see, it has two words. He doesn't say only adjust.
Hmm.
He says adjust everywhere.
Everywhere.
That everywhere is so profound word he has included. It has so many connotations. One thing is we always adjust with so many things. It is not that we are unable to adjust. Say we always adjust with seniors. We adjust with superiors. The problem comes only when, in other cases, when you have to adjust with juniors, right?
Right.
Dependents, and like that. So ability to adjust is already there. Only thing is we have to take a courage to adjust where we are not, right? And adjustment is actually a strength. It is a strength, and you will find lot of peace of mind is generated due to adjustment. And suppose you decide to adjust, sometimes we find that we have to come across certain people with whom it is next to impossible to adjust. We think like that. But my experience says that if you decide to adjust, right, just decision. If you decide to adjust, a novel thinking can come to your mind, and you will find ways and means to adjust and make the things amicable, right? Make your life peaceful as well as others' life peaceful too. So this is the Maha Mantra. Next time when we meet, you can quote some of your instances of adjustment. How did you do that? But definitely so amusing, I can tell you from my experience. And thank you everyone, right, for
Thank you.
joining.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Lala sir, for wonderful concluding comments and the essence of the entire session. So, dear friends, let us adjust at least with the family members. Let us adjust at home. Charity begins at home, and that will pave the way further. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot for joining us. The next time we are going to have session on principal religions of the world. That will be joint session of Neha Ben Gandhi and myself. So do come back. Till then, have a wonderful time. And don't forget to tell your friends and relatives also to join this. It will be a great favor, no? Because to help someone in such this way and to help him to come out of his tension, that will be certainly a nice help. Thank you very much once again. See you. Jai
Thank you,
Sachin.
sir. This is Sudhanu, sir.